where you live in this like empty loft, and then you get a palace.
Yeah, I mean, look, the sets just keep getting bigger. It's in my contract. I get a bigger bedroom every show.
I dealt with this where there's like no furniture and people like, oh,
Hey, it was kind of badass though.
It was
kind of great.
Scenes and
The Hill Loft was awesome.
Nice fight scenes in there.
Yeah, great fight scenes. Great place to work out. It was good.
That was awesome. I'm gonna miss you on that, although I loved doing the pilot.
Thank you so
So
much.
everyone loses team wolf actors to the CW, so I've noticed. And I'll just kind of go that way.
I have no comment about that. There's nothing I can say that won't upset somebody. I loved my time on Teen Wolf, and I have a lot of love for Jeff and all of the cast. Yeah,
You're right.
yeah. Maybe I'll come back and do a cameo if I have time, which I would actually really love to do that, but I don't know if it'll fit schedule-wise. But I had an amazing time on Teen Wolf, and I'm still friends with a lot of the cast, and Jeff is incredible.
I just saw Dylan and Linda's and Jeff.
Are they still in there?
I did an autograph thing, and so like it was going over to 5, and I had to.
I saw him very briefly across the paths between panels. Love Jack. Love him so much.
So, how does it feel to play A, Mary Queen of Scots, and B, did you do a lot of research in advance, or?
Yeah, I absolutely did. There's a lot of responsibility that comes along with playing such a prominent historical figure. So I did my research at the same time. We are taking more of a fantastical sort of historical fiction bent on her story, you know, to make it more dramatic and to make it more fitting for our network and what we want to do with it, and, you know, the sort of modern bent we put on it. I did a ton of research on her and on her life and on her personality, what she was like. A lot of it's quotes, but I did a lot of research because I do feel a certain amount of responsibility. The character I've created is sort of a blend of the character they wrote for me, you know, Lauren the writer's vision of what literature I read as a person, as a woman. Very interesting woman. And then my own take on the character, and putting a little bit of myself in there as well. Otherwise, it's not real. It's not honest unless you give a little bit of your soul to it. In my opinion, that's how I feel about acting in characters. Like, unless you give it a piece of yourself, it won't live. But yeah, so hopefully people like it. You know, wait until you see episodes 2 and 3. It changes quite a lot stylistically speaking because we have the new sets. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Like, the sets are amazing. And our hair and makeup are incredible, and wardrobe unbelievable, so it gets better. If you like the pilot, the rest of the show gets even better and even prettier and even more dramatic and fun and crazy. It'll be good.
So you came off of The Purge playing a very typical American teenager, and now you move into this show playing a very atypical British teenager. Which is more challenging, which is more fun?
Purge and Reign are very, very different. The Purge went through quite a few revisions, and it was quite a different movie when it came out than the original script that I read. So what we shot also didn't necessarily end up hitting the screen. My role was edited down and sort of smoothed out a little bit. She was not very likable, which I kind of liked. I don't like characters that are all likable and sunny and shiny and, you know, one-dimensional, but I feel like that's sort of how it turned out a little bit. But it was a cool film. It was really fun to do. It was a pleasure to work with Ethan and with Lena. Are incredible. I got to work with my friend Reese, who I've known for a very long time, which was great. And you know, the film did really well, and I was really glad that people liked it. I quite liked it. My mom couldn't watch it. She was too scared. But I think in a lot of ways, Mary is typically teenage. She goes through the same things, just because the time period is different. I think what transcends time barriers is the emotion, it's the feelings, it's the struggle that you go through, it's fights with friends, it's the betrayal, it's the heartache, it's the, you know, doing the right thing despite what you want. Admittedly, her responsibilities are a little more intense than, you know, studying for your SATs, but it's the same thing. It's unrequited love and lust, and I think that that's really relatable no matter what time period you come from, whether it's like the 1200s, or the 1500s, or the 1800s, or the 2000s, you know, 3005. I think that human emotion and human interaction will always be relatable no matter what time period.
relationship with the ladies in waiting? Because they are her best friends, but she hasn't seen them
In a very long time.
Yeah, so
I sort of built up a little backstory in my own mind about that. That while she's been in the convent, they've been writing back and forth, they've had a correspondence for all these years. At their core, they're the same girls she once knew when she was young. But at the same time, now that they've grown into themselves as young women and they're starting to take on adult responsibilities, the relationship shifts. They can't be friends like they were when they were children anymore. She has to assume a role of ultimate power in a way. And they cannot be her equals in this. They cannot begin to relate or understand, and she can no longer relate or understand to their position either. She is responsible for them, and at the same time, if it will further her country or her country's political standing, she will have to use that. If it's marrying them off to some horrible, abusive old lord for lands with political clout or for trade agreements, she might have to do it. If it means sacrificing one of them to save another one because they're wealthier or because their family is more politically aligned with another house or whatever, she'll have to do that as well. Unfortunately, they're not only her friends, but they're also enemies that she may have to use.
All right, a frivolous question. There's this TV show, or British TV show I loved in 2007 called Supersizers, where they relive every single period in British history. So they go to the Edwardian period and the Renaissance, and for a week, did they have you just relive that period, force you to eat the foods of that period, force you to only use privies, or no?
No, they didn't do that. Any research I did myself. I certainly wouldn't have wanted to use 16th century sanitation. That's for sure. Those guys bathed like once a week and didn't have toilets. Or toothpaste. Or like food. I don't know. Everything was seasonal and their methods of preserving weren't exactly, you know. Yeah, very glad they didn't make me do that because I'm a real stickler for personal hygiene.
Alright, so thanks guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
I can't wait to